Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina, and today I'll be talking about how being the most selfish person I ever been has helped me learn to love someone else better. So a little bit of background about me. I'm a former people pleaser. I have Pisces moon and Libra Mars, codependent issues, but I would always try to cater myself towards other people because to me, other people being comfortable was the only way that I felt comfortable. And as a Chinese girl, we were raised to be extremely considerate of others to the point where we always have to think about being humble, being considerate of other people's feelings. And there is a lot of emphasis on emotional intelligence in the Chinese culture. So we will always have to be very, very considerate of other people's feelings to the point that we have to just suck in some of our true feelings to ourselves and never express them. So what ended up happening is it bred a mindset where I think I can only be comfortable in my own environment and in my own skin if everyone else around me are also comfortable. So that in turn results in me putting everyone else around me before me. So for a very long time, I had to suppress who I am. I had to suppress my own feelings and thoughts, and I've learned to not express them and only express what I think is appropriate at the moment to other people. And for a very long time, I was very, very lost, and I didn't know who I truly was because of that. And what ended up happening is I continued to live like this day by day, partners after partner. And what eventually happened is, I think around 25, one day I just ended up snapping and I just couldn't do this anymore. And I quit my pretty good law firm job that I had at the time and I went into entertainment. While I'm still not really where I want to be career wise, I've been the happiest I've ever been my entire life because I followed my own will, I followed my own wishes, and I just didn't give a F about what anyone around me thinks. So, as cliche as that sounds, making the most selfish decision I've ever made in my entire life has made me the happiest person I've ever been. Not to say that in life we cannot be considerate of others or we shouldn't be considerate of others, because we definitely have to. Like, what if one day your good friend's parents passed away? Then, of course, you need to be mindful of your words and what you say to them in situations like that. But for the most part, you should be able to live as selfishly as possible according to your own will. You have to cater your life to the most important person in your life, which is you. You will be living with yourself for the rest of your life, and you really, really, really have to take care of yourself well because of that. It is very important for you to be able to face yourself and understand yourself as you truly are, like who you are. If everyone else in the world suddenly disappeared one day and you get to do whatever it is that you want in this world, what would you do? And how would you dress? How would you act? That person that's going to exist in that world is the person that you truly are when everything else has been stripped away. I encourage everyone to do a 10-minute meditation every day, just thinking about the person that you truly would be if everyone else just disappeared after a Thanos snap tomorrow. Like, who is that person? And do you know that person very well? So I don't know if you realize this yet, but a huge chunk of the problems you have in life comes from just not knowing who you truly are by nature, or a refusal to face the person that you truly are. Think about it. When we end up with the wrong partner is because we didn't really sit down with ourselves and think about who it is that we truly want to be and what are the traits that we actually like in the person. And when we land on the wrong career or wrong job, a lot of the times it's because we haven't really thought about what kind of job environment really suits us and what kind of field we would actually prefer to work in. And a career is only sustainable in the field that you truly love. Because when you really love something, that's what enables you to go that extra mile or to wake up extra early every day in the morning to get ready for your day. And most people, for the most part, spends most of their lives at a 9 to 5 job. So their work takes up most of their days. So imagine if you land in a job where you hate the field or you hate the people around you or you hate the environment. Like, how would that make you feel? You'll just be miserable for a huge chunk of your life. Do you really want to live a life like that? And the same thing goes into your living situation, the partner you choose, and the friends you choose to be around. So, regardless of what kind of advice other people have to give you, you're the only person who has been in your body and lived through that experience yourself. You have to follow your own feelings or your gut instincts on how it makes you feel. And the truth is that only you can make the best decision for yourself based on your own feelings and your own lived experience, because everyone's lived experiences will be very different, even on the same matter. And honestly, everyone's life situations are so different, everyone's upbringings are different, the environment they grow up in is different, and their life goals and desires are different. So, really, there's no advice that is a one size fit all for anyone. So eventually, the smartest thing you could do is to take a page off of everyone's books and to cater advice to your own life experiences and what you want for yourself. Like, just think about it. You wouldn't take plumbing advice from a chef, and then you wouldn't take cooking advice from a plumber. Like, that's just how it is. So that's why you need to make sure that everything in your life are catered to you, to your best liking, and to your utmost comfort. And I realized that it is only when I've been living my best life, when my life is going good, that I'm able to dish out the best advice to other people. Because now I'll be able to tell people who wants to live the kind of life that I live what would be the best pathway to get there. So think about it this way. If you're a single mom and you want to be a businesswoman, and you go to another single mom who's also a businesswoman who is earning 100K a year, and you ask her for the best advice that she's got, chances are her advice will also lead you to around the same revenue of 100K a year. But if you are able to go to a single mom who's earning $1 million a year, the advice that she's able to give you will most likely lead you closer to earning 1 million a year, just like her. So, with this logic in mind, you can only give out the best advice to others if you've also managed to live your own best life. Not to say that you will not be able to give out good advice before that, but you'll only be able to give out the best advice that comes from you when you're already living your best life. It's simply because people will be getting you at your 100%, at your 101%, instead of getting you at your 50%. Like, that's just what it is. Just think about it. This is all very basic logic. The more you climb, the more you see, the more you'll have to teach everyone else. The more expansive you are, the more you'll have to say to people around you who need your help. The more expansive you are, the more you'll have to say to people around you who need your help. Also, the advice you give to people when you're in the thriving mode versus when you're in the surviving mode are completely different. Because when you're in your thriving mode, chances are you'll be encouraging people to climb higher, and you'll also be able to hold their hand and guide them to higher places. Versus when you're in survival mode, you'll just be teaching people how to survive, how to get by, and that is something that a lot of people need, but you won't be able to hold their hand and guide them to higher places. You'll also only have the excess amount of resource to help people around you when you're truly thriving in your own life. And I hope everyone, especially our people pleasers, realize that the help that you're able to give people most freely and most comfortably are the things that you've truly given yourself, and anything that you have to spare right now are truly the excess that you have in your own life. When you're not really giving from a point of excess, usually you need to take something back from the other person or get some kind of favor back later, or else things won't be balanced, or you'll just be depleting yourself over and over and over again for other people. And that is not something that you want to get into, because you'll end up very miserable. You have the most responsibility towards yourself before you can take care of anyone else. And also think about how, also, this is something that's always going on in the back of my head, but I'm always thinking that as a woman, I need to be able to earn as much money as I can so I can have a lot of jewelries, bags, and clothes to pass down to my own daughter. But imagine if I'm not successful to the point where I want to be, then I just won't have much to pass down to my daughter, and that's something that I don't want to see. So, to hone in on the fact again, it is only when you are able to take care of yourself to the best of your abilities, that you'll be able to take care of the people around you well. I'm not saying that you can't take care of others around you when you're not fully taking care of yourself yet, but if you want to provide the best for people around you, you have to do it for yourself first. Another big example of why you need to make your own decision is when you keep listening to people around you about their opinions on certain people, you might miss out on a lot of good connections and friendships in life. Because ultimately, people have very different opinions and very different things that they're looking for in friendships or casual acquaintance connections. So you never know how a person is judging another person. A lot of times, people's perspectives and opinions can be very skewed because they were hurt by someone during a conflict. And while that is very valid, it shouldn't affect your judgment and your freedom to connect with the person that hurt them, to still get to know them, and to judge that person for who they are. Because you are entitled to your own judgment and opinion on someone else. Of course, there are situations where something someone did was just so bad that it warranted that kind of negative reaction. But for the most part, people's opinions and perspective of each other can be very skewed, and some people just flat out lie about someone else. So it's always good to get two sides of the story first. But overall, your own judgment needs to come first no matter what. And a lot of people are afraid to bring this up, but sometimes our closer friend can be the one that's having a skewed judgment. And if we are able to judge the situation for ourselves, we can gently point out the issue to our closer friend and to direct them in the right way. Because I don't believe in just keep letting that friend make the same mistakes over and over and over again. That's not helping them grow, and that's gonna get them into bigger trouble in the future, and that's not how a real friend should act. And now my last point for today is, it is only through catering your life to yourself and understanding what is the most comfortable to you that you'll end up surrounding yourself with the right kind of people in your life. Because if you don't know who you truly are and what kind of people you truly want to hang with, then how will you end up with the right group of people that will be there to support you no matter what? And throughout my whole life, I've always jumped from friend groups to friend groups. And it is only in the recent years that I finally started pursuing my passion as career, that I finally landed in the right group of friends that are super supportive of me and my goals. And I hope everyone out there are surrounding themselves with the right people, because truly there are no feelings in this world that's better than be surrounded by the people who truly love and support you every single day of your life. And I truly hope everyone gets to experience that. And that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.